You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. I created Archetypes, not her. It is not uncommon for certain narcissists, particularly those of a lesser or mid-range persuasion, to commandeer the work of other people and pass it off as their own. Therefore, in a work context, you can have a narcissist claim the credit for some research or a paper that you put together, or you were the one that closed the deal, and then the narcissist sweeps in, often by virtue of sheer brass neck and sometimes as a consequence of having a hierarchical status greater than yours, to claim they were the one that secured the deal and woe betide you if you try to contradict them. In other instances, because of their sense of entitlement and lack of accountability, certain narcissists will simply steal the work of other people, song lyrics, books, plays, films, and pass the work off as their own through the creation of something else, where they've blatantly ripped off what somebody else has done. Harry's wife faced allegations of that, for instance, with regard to the writing of The Bench of Stench. Regularly, sections of her speeches and quotations that she's provided have been actually found to be attributable to somebody else and were not of her own devising. This is not a surprise with Harry's wife. She's a talent-free zone, beige, boring, and unable to exercise any form of imagination. But her narcissism has enough about it to enable her to purloin the works of others and make it seem as though it's come from her. So many people fact-check her these days, they easily pick up on this, but there still remains a rump of idiots that just accept what is said in relation to her as being accurate, and therefore accept what she says in speeches as being of her own devising. Last year, we had to suffer the crap that was Archetypes, a series of podcasts which were quite simply a most transparent attempt by Harry's wife to get back at those that had ever wronged her by describing her in a particular way. Not only was the material deadly dull, her presentation of the same was something that was going to send people into a state of sleep. She had nothing meaningful to add. She talked over her guests. She predictably made it all about her, and with each episode, it was just an exercise in her seeking to settle scores with those that had wronged her by describing her in a particular way in the past, and that now she had more power by virtue of the platform, she was going to get her own back. However, it now appears that the whole thing was not created by Harry's wife at all, and that she just came along and commandeered it. The outgoing head of audio at Harry's wife and Harry's wife's company Archwell claimed that she created the Duchess of Sussex's award-winning podcast, Archetypes. Executive producer Rebecca Sananas spoke out after an article in the Hollywood Reporter titled 40 Most Powerful People in Podcasting failed to include her name. Thus, Miss Sananas feels wronged and therefore wants to explain to the world that she was the one that created it. Harry's wife said that hosting the show made her feel like a changed woman. However, Sananes explained that the success of the podcast, including Archetypes, was based on her, saying that the producers did most of the hard work, explaining that they were undervalued, undercredited, and underpaid. Sananes is a podcaster, creator, and an executive producer, journalist, and media personality. She's known for Archetypes, Pivot in 2018, and Land of the Giants in 2019. She explained that she was the executive producer and creator of Archetypes, hosted by Harry's wife. Thus, she's saying she was the one, along with the other producers, that did all the lead work, and Harry's wife just came along as host. Harry's wife, of course, painted it in a different way. She suggested that she was the both creator and the host, once again demonstrating that sense of entitlement for which she is known. Sananas explained that the 40 most powerful people in podcasting are not executives, they're not celebrity hosts, and they're not talent agents. She said they are the producers Producers edit, research, write, make scripts, make the sound good, score, everything you love about your favourite podcast is because a producer made it. And producers are being undervalued, undercredited, and underpaid. And it's make the industry boring and slow. Let's do better, she reportedly said. Hardly a surprise that a narcissist such as Harry's wife would undervalue those who've made the contribution to a programme that she claims is her own. Unsurprising that she undercredits them, and unsurprising that they would be underpaid also. The first season of the Duchess of Sussex much-hyped podcast included high-profile guests including Mariah Carey, Serena Williams, Jamila Jamil, and Paris Hilton. See parts passing for my analysis of all of that. The podcast was extraordinarily somehow named Pop Podcast of 2022 at the People's Choice Awards. I think they mean Top Podcast. On the eve of Harry and Harry's wife's bombshell Netflix docuseries, the Duchess shared a statement thanking listeners and voters, claiming their support means the world. Naturally, their fuel means the world. She stated, "Thank you to all the supporters and fans of Archetypes who voted for us in this special People's Choice Award. I love digging my hands into the process, sitting up late at night in bed, working on the writing and creative. And I loved digging deep into meaningful conversations with my diverse and inspiring guests, laughing and learning with them, and with each of you listening. It has been such a labour of love with an amazing team who were instrumental in helping to bring this series to life. Special thanks to Terry Wood, who was my right hand in this special project, along with Catherine, Rebecca, Andy, Matt, and the wider team, who all worked hard to make each moment resonate. Above all, huge thanks to each of you who voted. Your support means the world." Now Sananez gets some credit there in the thank you speech, but notice how Harry's wife goes into detail about saying what she did, that she digged deep into meaningful conversation, that she digged her hands into the process. Well, they are like fucking shovels, so I suppose there is that. That apparently she sat up late at night in bed working on the writing and creative. One suspects that wasn't actually the case, and that's a revision of history occasioned by the grandiosity of her narcissism to make it seem like she's a hard worker. She's a hard worker when it comes to the prime aims of ensnaring men and leeching off them, and of course now it would seem other people also. But she's not a hard worker per se. 1 hour a week at Archwell. You have to ask what it is that she does all day, apart from scour social media to see who has said something unpleasant about her and that she deems such criticism to be hatred. She wants easy street, typical with the type of narcissist that she is, having got a taste for the high life as a consequence of her elevation, purely through marriage and nothing to do with hard work, purely as a consequence of opening her legs and ensnaring Harry. But now she believes that she has got there through hard work because her narcissism tells her that. Rebecca Sananez clearly took issue with this and posed a threat to control by speaking out. Again, another collateral consequence. And this is what happens with mid-range and lesser narcissists, that they put people's noses out of joint until they can no longer remain silent and then speak out. And then another one does. And then another one does. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.